Hi guys! So today I'm back with the second part of the cross-stitch video, and today we're gonna talk about how to read the chart, and I'm gonna show you how to do different cross-stitches. So we're gonna start with the chart. As you can see, there are several different symbols on the key that coordinates with the symbols on the chart itself, and every symbol coordinates with a specific color. So to get a bright and nice white, you always start with the light colors, and always keep your hands clean when you do your cross stitches. Just because of that, I have actually started, or I actually almost finished the cross stitching, and I'm going to show you how to do the stitches themselves. But first, I'm going to show you the different stitches that are on the pattern. As you see over here, you have cross stitches, which are the fully filled squares with symbols. You have something called a quarter cross stitch, which are these small half-filled squares. Then we have the back stitching, which is the black lines. But we're going to start with the cross stitches and how you fasten your thread on your fabric. We are going to start with the R symbol, and the R symbol is the ordinary red. The stitches I have left on this cross stitch is the little end of his Christmas hat. So this is these stitches, and of course all the back stitches. But I'm going to show you how to do the cross stitches. First of all, you're going to take a piece of thread, and the easiest way is to, when you have cut off your length, you are going to pull your thread out like this. It's the easiest way to get your thread out without getting knots on the other thread. And the pattern up here says cross stitch in 2 strands, and we're going to do a loop fastening. So we take one strand and we fold it over, so you get a little loop in the end. Thread your needle. Not the easiest thing to do, trying to be on camera, and I didn't even fix it on camera. And you keep your loop at the end. And the first stitch we're going to make is the stitch in this corner. So if you look closely, you can see that all my upper cross stitches go from the lower right to the top left. That means that all my bottom cross stitches are going from the lower left to the upper right. So we're going to start in the upper right corner, and you push your needle through the hole and back. And there you have your stitch. But you want to fasten your thread, so we turn it over, we go into the loop with your needle, and just that is the easiest way of fastening if you have equal amount of threads. Then you just push up in the upper right corner. And we're actually gonna, we're gonna do a full cross stitch. So we just go up and then go down again. This is making a full cross stitch. If you look at the pattern, you can see over here that it is a little triangle in the pattern, and this is a quarter stitch. And a quarter stitch is very, very simple. And in this case it's it's very simple. You start up to make your bottom. In this case the bottom is in the right direction, so you do a full bottom stitch, and then when the full bottom stitch is done, you're going to do a half. So you're going to go into the middle of the square and do a half top. So then you have kind of a half cross stitch, and that's a quarter stitch. That's called a quarter stitch. And that's a quarter stitch. That's called a quarter stitch. And then we just continue on, keeping our bottom cross stitches at the same length, at the same diagonal as all the others. You do this to get the light to fall in a good way on your project. We have a couple of quarter stitches up here, so we're going to make those two. These are also at the same angle as the bottom stitch, so do your bottom stitches. I'm going to do 2 stitches at the same time because I want to go back over them to get I hope this is clear enough for you. And then we're going to go in the middle. And this is quite hard on a camera, but I'm going to try. When you're working with Aida, I'm going to see if I can get this. You can see the Aida has like 2 threads on top, like that. Two threads on top and then 2 threads. So you want to make your cross stitch or your quarter stitch up in the corner to go between those 2 lines in the block, and then you want them to go between those 2 lines in the bottom. You can see that is here. And then you do that, and that is your quarter stitch. And that is your quarter stitches and your cross stitches. And again, I'm gonna go off camera and do the rest because it's very hard doing it, and it would make this video pretty long. But I will be back for you in a second, for me in a while, and I'm gonna show you how to do the back stitches. I'm finished with the little hat, but I thought I'd show you something. And that is how to fasten your thread. Because you have your thread on the back side. Just push the needle through a bunch of stitches. Like this. I would say up to about 5. And try not to put it under the light colors because it will show through. So I just put the red under the red. And then I just pull the needle through and it's fastened. But I'm gonna go once more over so that it won't get up at all. Like that. That is how you fasten your thread. Now it's time for the back stitching. And if you read here, you see that backstitch is in 1 strand, so this time the loop way of fastening won't work. But a tip on when you're gonna fasten your thread, as this is a very dark thread, you don't want to fasten it so it will show. So fasten it in the same lines as the back stitching, so behind the cross stitching that you're gonna do your back stitch over. It's a very simple way. We're gonna do the back stitching. So I have done one, turn this over, and I go into the next. Now I'm going back. And on the back side, I could either just now go down 1 stitch, and I will make every other stitch from the bottom and every other stitch from the top, or I can go down 2 and always do all the stitches from the bottom. It's personal preferences. And just go around. And when it comes to the pattern, you can see, like here, you're going to go from that point to that point. So you're just going to do it halfway. And here you're going from that point down there, so you're going to go over 2 stitches. And try to always go from a full point to a full point. In some cases that will make your stitch go over 3 or 4 stitches, but it makes a more even line around it all. And again, I'm going away to make all of these teeny tiny back stitches because they take time, and I'll be back with the finished result. Hi guys, so I'm back with all the back stitching done, and this is how it's looks when it's finished. Well, a couple of tips for when you do your backstitching. Try using a needle that is a size smaller, because then you much easily get through the middle of the stitches. And next episode I will show you how to mount this into a card. And then on to this week's giveaway. This week's giveaway is there you go. This week's giveaway is this free kit, or this kit, and it contains a pattern and the threads and needle and fabric and a card. So you have everything in here in this kit to make this card up here. And to enter, as usual, comment on the video and be a subscriber to my channel, or comment at my blog and be a follower there. So you have two different ways. You only get one entry though. And now on to the winner from the cross-stitch preparations giveaway. And this week I actually only had one enter, so ChelleBB, I will send this out to you in the mail as soon as possible. And as you were the winner last week, I already have your address, so I'll be sending it out somewhere in the beginning of next week. And hope you have good time stitching, guys. See ya!